Welcome to Yankee Chronicles. I'm joined today by Evan and Lynn. Thank you for joining us this Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Connecticut. I hope you're getting the same. And also, it's a beautiful day in Yankee Stadium. The Yankees are winning again.
Yes.
Yay. So,
Hallelujah.
right off the top of my head, some of the topics that we saw go by this past week: COVID in the clubhouse, Judge busting out, starting pitching improving, Hicks and Stanton out with injuries. I don't want to forget Urshela. However, he's been back. And 5 through 9 hitting under the Mendoza line. That has not changed. Where do you guys want to start?
We should start with all of it. I mean, you're going to have a long show, but I guess I'll start with Hicks because I never want to wish injuries on anyone, but this is kind of a blessing in disguise because he's been dreadful and he has no motivation, and having him in the lineup is a liability at this point. So it might be a good thing for him to just step away for, I don't know, an entire year. That'd be great.
I can't disagree with you there. Having Gardy come in it's just exactly what we would have predicted when they traded Tauchman. Not that I'm saying Tauchman's any sort of solution, but he's better than Gardy as an option.
He certainly has better range and is faster at this stage in his career. I mean, Gardner really is a fourth outfielder because of ability now. He simply, can't do it. We've seen the issues. He's still fouling off balls and he still has, speed, but he's slower, and he's been doing this for a long time. And when you talk about players who are very average but work exceptionally hard to make up that difference, you can tell at the end of their career why they start to fall off a cliff. If you look at basketball, Joakim Noah was an all-star for the, Chicago Bulls for many years. Then he came to the Knicks and no longer had it in him. And I constantly told people it's because his potential was never high, but because he worked so hard, he got to that level. And, that's the case with Brett Gardner. He was a walk-on in college. The coach said he had never had a player who worked as hard as Brett Gardner before or after.
Yeah, isn't that one of Jeter's famous sayings, that I may not have the most talent in the world, but there's no one who's going to outwork me?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you noticed it in his career because there's one thing about him that people always bring up is how bad his range is. But he was such a high baseball IQ player that his positioning was so damn good that he was able to make those plays like the flip play, like the jumping into the stands play, the jump throw play. He was able to do that because he knew where he was and how to get it to first.
Yep.
A lot of players don't.
And don't you think that Hicks has lost something on his throws since he had the surgery? I mean, he's not the same in center field, is he? Or is that my imagination?
He's missed.
Yeah.
You can't do that as the center fielder.
No. So
and big difference. Batting as well. He's just not the Hicks of yesterday.
Yeah, and that's the issue too, because they're relying on his ability to be a switch hitter, but the left side is drastically worse than the right side, and you just can't keep putting him there. You just can't. It's like having him and Wade and Brett Gardner as the lefties is irrelevant because they're not hitting as lefties. So it doesn't matter that you have those matchups. It doesn't do anything.
Right, but that's true about the three of them. But if you place Hicks against Gardy, at least Gardy is more consistent on the field. They're both extremely subpar with batting, but it's very rare that Gardy misses a cutoff man or, jumping for a catch and missing it. So
right. I mean, he's done it once or twice. He's done it once or twice this year, but if you look at Gardner too, and the difference between him and Hicks at the plate is that with Gardner, he's going to foul a ton of balls up. He makes that contact, whereas
Yep.
Hicks isn't even swinging at stuff that he should be swinging at.
Right.
Yep.
Gardy reads pitches far better, as you see from the number of walks he's had. I think if anything else, he's getting on base. Even if it's through walks. Where you're right, Evan. With Hicks, you just write him off the minute he approaches the plate because
You just
close
your eyes.
Lynn, I was such a big fan of Hicks, and I was in favor of that contract because $10 million a year really isn't that much. Brett Gardner used to make 12.5. So if you really look at what the potential of Hicks was, he was worth that deal. But if you're gonna have all these health issues, off the field issues with getting rejected by supermodels and getting too sad to play and all that nonsense, then you're not going to be a very good player. And it feels like Hicks got his money and just said, fuck it, I'm not going to try hard anymore.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
sure does.
Actually. But
Yeah.
So now he's injured.
Oh,
Huh?
Sorry. I was just asking how many years we have left with him.
I believe it's
With
like
Hicks.
3 or 4 at least.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And Stanton's injured. This is made for, juggling in the lineup.
Although I heard that Stanton is day-to-day and had the ability to pinch hit last night.
Yeah. Stanton is another one of those players that's not my favorite, but as long as he's in a Yankee uniform, I root for him. But, stay on the field. I mean, geez, you're all DHing for God's sakes.
I mean, Judge gets hurt too. They're literally the same player, and yet everyone wants to, suck on Judge. It drives me freaking crazy. They're the same height. They have the same batting stance. They do the same damn thing. They play the same ability in the field, yet everyone thinks Judge is a better outfielder. He's not. Just Stanton doesn't get the opportunity. It makes no sense to me. Because he's getting $300 million, everyone gives him shit. Well, guess what? If Judge did these things when he was 22, he'd also have a $300 million contract. But he didn't. He started doing it at age 27.
Yep. Well, and Judge, his bat has definitely come alive. He hit his 3rd home run in 2 days. And Brian Hawk, I saw today in his wrap-up, he wrote that after becoming the first player in the majors to have 3 multi-homer games this season in Friday's 5-4 win, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so he's the first player in the majors to have 3 multi-homer games this season. He's 11. He's almost at the top of the leaderboard in home runs. As long as he stays healthy, we can expect these things to just get better, I think, all the time.
I mean, again, though, Stanton has 9 home runs and literally did the same thing Judge is doing right now.
Yes.
3 weeks ago, he's as hot as frickin' Judge was, yet no one gives him credit for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Judge also,
and it
sorry.
it just seems a shame that there's no benefit to them following each other in the lineup. I'm right about that still, right? It's been 2 and 3
Yes.
for them.
They switched it
Sorry,
a
something
couple
just
games,
went really
yeah.
wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, but that's not really helping. We're not benefiting from that because of the flip-flopping of injuries. So it is a little bit frustrating for sure.
Well, I would do Voit 2, Judge 3, Stanton 5.
Judge Voit. Yeah.
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 Until, yeah.
And I'd probably put
that would be
Gio
good.
or Torres in the 4th hole.
And Urshela is another one. He's had a bum knee this week, but at the same time, he's still having a good week offensively. He's missed some time, but when he's in there, he's productive, and that he's doing everything you could possibly ask Urshela to do.
Yeah, he's a good player. At this point, you can say he's a good third baseman. The first year was a little shaky on it.
Yeah.
Last year was 60 games, so it's like whatever. But he's proven it.
Well, let's take a look at the 5 through 9 polls. Sanchez. Sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No.
The internet's not very good.
The internet's
cutting in and out.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm boy.
Yeah. I was going to say the offense, as far as the top of the order, is doing fine. Judge is blasting home runs, but Sanchez, Ford, Frazier, Andujar, who's back with Torres being out, and Gardner, they're all batting under the Mendoza line. What are we going to do about this?
Well, Andujar gets a pass.
Andujar gets the pass for the time being.
I believe he's gotten 2 or 3 hits so far. So
that's true. Since I made this
17 at bats, not terrible.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at Clint Frazier and the other guys, yeah, it's an issue.
And but did you see that Lindsay Adler had an article this week in The Athletic? You don't like Lindsay?
I cannot stand her.
Well, she
needs to apologize to all men for how toxic she is about us.
That's true. Lindsay's tough on men. But she had an interesting article this week that was called "Yankees Aren't Alone in Struggling to Score as MLB's New Baseball Seems to Have Backfired." And she makes some interesting points about the change in the baseball. And what do you think about that possibly having something to do with the poor hitting?
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, we saw how many home runs were going out when they juiced the ball. So, they have new baseballs again. It's stupid because they're so obvious about all these stupid things they're trying to do to alter the game, but they're doing it drastically on either side. So It makes no sense. So you're going to have either good pitching or good batting and not both.
Right.
You're ruining the game.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, go ahead.
It really, to me, solves the question we've been asking all season about what the hell happened to the team. Where's the offense? They didn't get an opportunity to adjust, their approach to pitches and the things that work for them in terms of pitches to watch, pitches to take. And to me, the change in the balls, I just think it was poorly done, to your point, Evan, to do it so drastically and suddenly, and 2 seasons in a row. No wonder. Now I understand.
Yeah,
and I've been the players, but it's not really their fault.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't blame the players. I think baseball's run exceptionally poorly now. I mean, it's become a gimmick, and they're so concerned about, making money and filling seats that they're doing all these things that even the casual fan doesn't care about. You really think 7-inning doubleheaders is what's going to get fans involved in the game? I get that some people like it, but I can't watch that type of baseball.
No,
it's terrible.
I'm infuriated every time that happens.
Runner on second every extra inning. It's like extra innings is unwatchable now. It's not even fun.
And what's the point anyway? What is really the point of that? Can you
I saw someone, and it might have been Talking Yanks, they suggested that maybe that's something you could do after the 12th inning, since the most extra inning games don't go past 11 innings. And
you shouldn't be doing it anyway, though. It's a stupid rule.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never been a mercy rule, and this is like a dumb version of a mercy rule.
Right.
Well, the problem for me is that it constantly screws up the home team. I don't like it. It screws up the away team because the home team gets, last licks and stuff. Yeah. And it's like if they hit a walk-off with a runner on second, it's rather easy to do that.
Yes. Well, another thing Lindsay
Yeah.
says is that the new ball, the advantage is going to the pitchers. The
Mm-hmm.
ball is lighter, and that this is actually a borderline crisis for the sport. That's the way she describes it. Following last Sunday's games, now this is a week ago, non-pitchers across the league were hitting 236 with a 705 OPS. So the Yankee batters who are struggling this year are in good company, although they're struggling still worse than the league average. But to their credit, that everyone's struggling.
Yeah. I I don't really care about what other people are doing. We're struggling. It doesn't matter if the whole league's struggling. It's an issue
Right,
for us regardless. And
right,
if this is how the league's gonna be, then we need to figure it out. We're
exactly.
supposed to be a top 5 team, and yet we can't figure shit out about anything.
You need to adjust to the ball, right?
Mm.
Yep. Well, starting pitching was another highlight this week. Lynn, did you want to give us some information? You had a player of the week, which I think might fit in nicely with this topic.
Sure. So our player of the week is Corey Kluber. He definitely didn't have his best stuff on Friday night, compared to his prior few starts. But he did get the win, and I think we know that Loaizaga came in and got the save. So despite the struggling, though, his ERA at this point is 2.39 in his last 4 outings, which is a big leap from his 5.40 prior to that. But the main reason that Corey Kluber is our player of the week is because of the milestone he reached on Friday night when he got his 1,500th strikeout for his career. And granted, he's been in the game, about 9 years or so, including the injuries, the times he was out for injuries. Still in all, he is just a few spots below Cole in the rankings, and actually above Yankee legend, well, I call him a legend, Goose Gossage. So to me, that warrants just giving him a shout out, because we know that he came and it took time to settle in when he got here. But I think despite the struggling we saw on Friday and a few other games, he's showing why he's here. And I think he's going to be rising in the ranks of who's beneath Cole at this point, which would bring us to the discussion about the other starters like Taillon.
Yeah. Yep. The Yankee starting rotation looks good this season. The ERAs are all in pretty good shape. Taillon is the only one over 4. And he's got a 5.40 ERA, but even Taillon, although I find him the most disappointing of the 5, I don't know about you guys, but his outing was.
I'm fine with him because he's had 2 Tommy John surgeries, and this is the first time he's pitched in a very long time. And when that's the case, you kind of got to allow, a year for Tommy John and then a year to get back into pitching form. So,
yeah, but I'm freaking. I'm anxious to see the Yankees win. And
yeah,
Taillon was not my choice for a starting pitcher.
Well, it was a smart choice because he's only going to cost $2.5 million next year as well.
I think he's going to be a smarter choice when he's in the bullpen as a long man.
He's not a long man. He's a starter.
Well,
There's
what
a
about
reason
Severino? Severino's going to come back not as a
yes, and
not
then
as a
hopefully
starter.
Herman can go to hell.
Right.
I hate Herman. I don't care how good his stuff is. The dude still has a 4.30 ERA.
He's got a 3.62 ERA at the moment. Well, maybe it went up. I don't know. That was
His career ERA is about 4.36.
okay.
That's my point, is that he does this every single year, and
Right.
we wonder why people think he's good. It's like he's good because how much run support did we give him?
Yeah.
A lot. We give him a lot of run support. We don't give Tyon shit. We gave Tyon nothing, and he's trying to figure out his location, which is an issue. His spin rate is among the top in the league for his fastball. The problem is he used to be throwing 96, 97, and now it's down at 93.
Right.
A spin rate at 93 doesn't do anything if it's in the middle of the plate. Any hitter in the league will hit that.
Yep.
So let me ask a question there. I'm no physicist, but does the velocity shift have anything to do with the different ball this year?
I mean, it might.
It's so
I don't really know either.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things going on. For me, I'm just going to say that he's trying to figure out his arm angles again. He's a pitcher that needs to elevate that fastball so that he can trick the hitters on low breaking balls. And the spin rate on it's so high that it looks like the ball's coming up. That's why they call it a rising fastball. It's not coming up, but it's spinning so hard that it does that. Well, at 93 instead of 96, guess what? You have more time as the hitter to process where it actually is. So if it's at 96, it's going to hit that top zone much quicker, and you're not going to be able to hit it or see it. And the issue is he's locating it down. So when it's located down, it's not coming up at you at all. So it's a level playing field, and that's why they're able to hit it when it's, off the corner of the plate a little bit.
Got it.
Because his best pitch is his curveball. That is by far his best pitch. But the curveball is not going to work if you can't set it up with the fastball.
See, that was a better answer than any physicist could have given me.
Appreciate it.
Well, I'm going to stick up for Herman a little bit and say that against the Orioles, at least, he's elite. He became the third pitcher to win his first 6 career starts against the Orioles since they moved to Baltimore prior to the 1954 season. So he's kicking ass in Oriole land, all over the place.
Yesterday, I mean, here we are talking about the lighter balls, and we got 8 runs.
Yeah.
I ended the game a little early yesterday. So we know that was no accident. It was because the Orioles suck right now.
Right.
I don't get excited about winning by so much because you got to look at who you're playing with.
Yeah.
Talk to me when we meet the Jays next time.
I know, exactly. Well,
yeah.
And I want to ask you guys what you thought about the Clint Frazier, the boneheaded play on Friday night.
I mean,
anybody want to take us through that play?
He's a moron.
He really, you can't even say no fundamentals.
Right.
No brain fundamentals. Like, what? I have no answer for that.
I mean, go halfway.
What?
I said, go halfway, Clint, and figure it out. And then he was just standing on the base there with Gardy. That was the most bizarre shot. They're both standing on first base.
Yeah, like what's going on with him?
That isn't even his worst thing of the week either. His worst thing of the week was when he struck out on a pitch that was a strike and then fucking argued and got tossed out of the game when we only have fucking 2 coaches.
Yes, that was equally boneheaded.
He's an idiot. I'm so sick of Clint. Red blunder is what I call him. I'm sick of it.
It's perfect.
And the Yankees have wasted any opportunity of turning him into some value. Don't you think? Or is he
Yeah.
He had the most value in 2019, which is when you should have traded him.
right? Exactly.
And currently, I'll pay for his friggin' Uber. Just get out of here.
Yeah, we'll all chip in, no problem.
Yeah, I'll start a GoFundMe. I don't care what it takes. Get him
Shit,
out.
I'll drive him to Boston if that's where he goes. I don't care. Just go. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not thinking about that. And I know everyone's saying it's way too early for Florial, and I get it. But I'm not so sure about that. Evan, I don't know why you were shaking your head that way.
Because I think I agree with you. I think it's stupid that they're progressing him so goddamn slowly.
Right.
Like it's hard when you've known about a prospect for 7 years, and he still hasn't even hit AAA yet. Like, what are they doing?
And take advantage of his hotness. That's a word.
This is a word.
Seldom used in baseball. But he's on a roll. So let's get some of that, take advantage of some of that heat up here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm ready to see Florial. I think it's ridiculous that we got some players, just sitting in the minors not doing anything. I really wanted to see Dietrich. He can play outfield, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Dietrich's expensive though, right? As opposed to the other players. If you bring him
I think we signed him to a minor league deal, so I don't think it's too bad.
Oh, all right. I saw where someone said the reason they weren't bringing up Dietrich is because he costs more. And I'm thinking,
no, I don't think so. Jay Bruce would have cost more if he had stayed.
Yeah.
Than Dietrich's contract. I'm pretty sure, positive.
Well, I'm happy to see DJ LeMahieu back at second base. The defense
He is too.
And he is too. And until Glaber went out, and this is a note I made prior to Glaber going down, but the defense is finally what fans expected to see this season. Glaber wasn't looking too bad at shortstop. He's got a +2 DRS, so he's actually performing above league average at the position.
By a lot, though, because if you look at what it was last year, he had a -9.
He had a -9, exactly. So I can't wait for Glaber to be back in the lineup and the defense to be back to what we expected it to be without, biting my nails every time the ball's hit to Andahar.
As long as Torres isn't a negative, I don't care.
Right.
Right.
He's not going to be a Hall of Fame Gold Glove shortstop, but if he can just be serviceable, it's not a big deal, guys. He's a great bat. He's a great talent, and he's young as hell.
Yep.
Right. I agree. And having Voit back, I mean, he made some outstanding plays at first yesterday.
Yeah.
Stretches that he really shouldn't have had to stretch for.
Mm-hmm.
He really just is coming back. First of all, I think he's coming back looking fitter than ever. I think he's slimmed down quite a bit and maybe a little less juiced, but more, lean muscle. And I think that's working well for him. And I think his bat, although, come see, come saw right now, we're going to be seeing that too. So it's really great that he's back. And they need to keep Gio at third, because we're set up that way now. So I know they were retooling, a little bit here and there, but I think we leave Glaber where he is, and hopefully they'll work with him a bit. But I think he's getting bit by bit more comfortable.
Mm.
Yeah.
Agreed. I agree.
I
And
was worried for a while.
Oh, it was not good there for a little bit, but at the beginning of the season and in spring training, he was not looking too good, but he's picked it up lately, and he's obviously dedicated himself to being a better shortstop. So, he's making inroads. Well, So what are you guys thinking as far as the game today? Any predictions? Anything you're looking for?
We better win.
We better win. Yep, let's win the series. Let's sweep.
If we don't sweep them, I mean, then they wouldn't sweep any T-ball team in America, and that would be pathetic.
I don't know who's on the mound for them. Do you?
Oh, there was a last-minute change.
Oh.
Yeah, it was supposed to be John Means, but because they have an off day tomorrow, they're going to push him to Tuesday. So we're going to get one of their random guys.
Oh, what a shame. I mean, that just tears me up.
Yeah.
John Means is so good.
John Means is so good. We did not want to face him.
And I didn't see it coming because scouting him, I never thought he was that impressive, to be honest.
Yeah.
And this year he has been.
Yep. He's definitely.
But maybe that's because of the balls. We don't even know. I mean, we've seen, 5 or 6 no-hitters? That's not normal.
Right. Yeah, the balls, it matters what kind of balls.
Right, because, look, when they juiced the balls and we had home runs, we still didn't see 60 to 73 home runs. Okay? So it's pretty obvious that it affects this aspect of the game far more than it does the hitters.
Right. Yes.
And I don't think it's fair. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't like it at all either. We've got Monty on the mound for us. Last time out, he went 6 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 2 hits, 1 base on balls, 9 Ks, 85 pitches. Montgomery's looking excellent.
Very.
We won that game 3-1 over the Rays. So we're looking for an outstanding outing from Monty again today.
Yeah, and that's not just because of the Orioles either.
No.
I like this Monty. I hope this Monty stays around. I know that there was some, less than terrific outings for him, but I agree. He's looking so much better, and I'm all about the Gumby today.
Yep.
Definitely. So, you look at this rotation, and despite our feelings about Teon and, the problems there and our feelings about Herman, I still think we're lucky with the rotation we have. I'm not the stats girl that could compare them to other rotations in other teams. I don't know how you guys spit out these numbers all the time. Maybe it's because I'm not a math girl. I'll write a damn essay like nobody's business, but I don't know how you keep those numbers in your head. But I think, isn't it safe to say that, although we're not top 5 league right now, our pitching is there?
Yeah.
Well, our bullpen's elite. We're number, probably 3 or 2 or 1 even for bullpen. And I think our, rotation is more than serviceable. I would say we're top 12 in rotation.
Yeah.
If not higher.
If not higher.
There's a lot of question marks with us with our control issues and our ability to stay healthy. But thus far, our pitchers have not really been the ones getting injured except for random guys in the bullpen and Severino, obviously.
Right.
But we have about 7 guys in the rotation who, have shown that they can be impressive at times.
Yes. And we've got Britton. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. And Britton's coming back. Is that what you were about?
I was just going to say, and Britton's on his way back. He's in Scranton, I understand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Darren O'Day as well is going to be coming back. And,
right.
Okay, great. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
I'm seriously concerned about Wilson, though, in the bullpen. And, I don't know what's happening to the King. If there was a coup d'etat or, thrown some other way. But, at least recently, I don't see it.
Yeah, Justin Wilson has not been good so far. And his ERA is a 6.52. His WHIP is 16.66. So he's disappointing.
Yeah. I still like him better than Nick Nelson, I can tell you that much.
Well, I like him better than Nick Nelson, and I guess, yeah.
Like, Nick Nelson looks like he's still pitching in high school. I just don't like him.
Well,
But in better, oh, Chris, I'm sorry, I keep doing it to you.
that's all right. We shouldn't be interrupting each other. We're full of ideas today.
I know, we're too polite. We keep being told we're too polite. Chappie, man. I mean, Chapman, there's never going to be a comparison to Mo. But Chapman has been so solid.
Yeah.
You know, I think if we could hold on to him, you know, we have the next gen Mo in terms of reliability.
I mean, he's as close as you're going to get to Mo right now.
Right now, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know if there's a song "Enter the Chapman," but he's approaching that level of, you know, respect. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that Chapman needs to do is keep doing it for another 14 years or so, whatever, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure he has that long left, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not sure he does either, but
that's why we're so spoiled by Mo, because he did it for 20 years and was consistent the whole time. And in his career, how many blown saves did he have that were like really bad? Maybe like five really bad ones. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why there'll never be another, but hopefully we'll be close, and hopefully Chapman's, you know, the first closer to be close.
So what do you think the players can do from here to adjust the bottom five of the order? What's going to have to happen for this part of the team to succeed?
They got to get traded.
They got to get traded? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sick of our bottom five.
Yeah.
Not Higgy. You're not trading.
Is it Marcus Thames? Is he the problem?
I don't think so.
No?
I mean, maybe because the Mets fired Chili Davis and now they're crushing it. So
yeah. Maybe we need a shakeup.
Yeah, so we should hire Chili Davis.
We should hire, yeah. Yeah, let's hire the Mets cast-offs. I'm always in favor of that.
Exactly. DeGrom first.
Yeah, we'll take DeGrom and we'll take Pete Alonso, and they can take Sanchez, and Pete will be our DH.
Yeah.
And look, you know, the three of us live pretty close to the stadium. I say we go in dark gear in the middle of the day and just grab them. You know?
I'm down. I'll do that. I got a van. We can do that.
Just kidding, viewers. Anyone watching?
I wasn't kidding.
I know you weren't. I might not have been either.
Well, I'm wondering if you guys have any final thoughts here. I'm about tapped out. This has been an exciting week, and everything is trending up as far as I can tell.
Well, the schedule gets really tough come July. So
yeah, so
you know, we got, I believe, the White Sox, the Texas Rangers, Toronto, and who was the other team? I forget. Did I say Chicago?
No, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We got
those three coming up. Oh, and Detroit at some point.
Do we have the Rangers next or the White Sox next?
I think it's Rangers, then White Sox.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Then the Blue Jays, maybe.
All right. Well, and the Rangers, they're not doing well this year, right?
No.
So that's another series that we should be able to possibly win.
Yeah, you need to beat up on Detroit, Baltimore, and Texas, basically.
Definitely.
Right. Yeah. Because Toronto, I mean, I said it early on, Toronto gives me agita.
Yeah.
They're so annoying because they're not supposed to be good.
I know.
Like, they're the frickin' Blue Jays. The Blue Jays suck.
Well, does anybody think the Red Sox don't suck?
They suck.
They suck, and their pitching sucks.
And they're
How are
still
they on top?
I mean, we're only a game back from them, but you know.
I don't want to be a game back from the Red Sox.
Yeah, I want to be
that.
15 up. Like this is ridiculous. We're clearly the best team in the division, and Tampa Bay freaking is giving up. They just sent Hunter Strickland, who has a 1.90 ERA, to the Angels for nothing.
I know. So that was good news for us.
Yeah, and the Angels suck too, so I don't really care. He's not going to do anything there. He's going to have like a 5 ERA by the end of the summer. Watch.
Yep.
Does anyone know who our next interleague game is with?
No,
I don't.
Not sure.
Don't know about that.
I'm just curious about that. I'll look it up.
Thank you guys for joining us today. We appreciate you spending part of your Sunday with us. Any final thoughts before we sign off, guys?
Thanks for having me. Go Yankees.
What?
Yeah. Well, and here I was with my fingers saying, if they don't take the series, coming for you, Yankees.
Go Yankees.
I'm sorry, Evan. What'd you say?
You're good. I just said go Yankees. Bye.
Go Yankees.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.